Welcome back to my channel. So today, for How to Be Happy in January, we're going a little bit of the shallow route, but I don't even think it's the shallow route because I personally am very obsessed with food and especially good food. And today, just like the title says, I'm going to be doing 3 healthy dinner ideas. Now, for this video, I am working with HelloFresh, and I've actually worked with HelloFresh before, and I love the company. If you don't know what HelloFresh is a meal delivery service where you are actually delivered to your doorstep all of the ingredients that you would need to create a fresh, healthy, full-on meal right there in your house. Now, I love HelloFresh. When it comes to your door, it's literally like Christmas. Like, I get so excited to open my box. And honestly, I think the coolest thing about HelloFresh, besides the fact that your food is delivered to you, it's there, you can make it, you're ready to go. I personally think the coolest part about it is actually the education. The fact that when you get the box, you're usually exposed to recipes, or at least I have been, that I've never tried before, ingredients that I've never cooked with before, maybe I've been too scared to cook with before, and really just more exposure to new kinds of healthy food. I think that is the coolest part about HelloFresh is, like I said, the education. How many times can I say the word fresh in this video? Count. HelloFresh actually sources, though, the freshest ingredients that they can find, and they're measured to the exact measurement of your recipe. Obviously, you can go a little less if you don't like something, or add a little more if you have it at home. You're cooking, it's customizable, but the cool thing is they've done all of the work, and you know that the ingredients are super fresh. Also, all of the recipes are super easy to follow, so even if you don't have a lot of cooking experience, they help you create gourmet meals in your house by really easy to follow step-by-step instructions. And when the box is delivered to your door, I feel like I'm going all over the place with all these points, but when the box is delivered to your door, it is delivered in an insulated box, so you don't run the risk of coming home and having your stuff be like melted on your doorstep or whatever. It's all gonna stay perfectly fresh inside of your HelloFresh box. Also, the last point about HelloFresh is they actually employ a full-time dietitian on their staffs to make sure that they're healthy and balanced and just nutritionally full meals. So I think that that's really cool. Now, if you want to try HelloFresh, I do have a discount code where you can receive $35 off of your first week of meals. So all you have to do is go to HelloFresh.com, and like I said, you will be getting $35 off your first week of meals by entering the code HelloNikki35. And I was about to repeat myself, you'll receive $35 off of your first week of meals. So I think it's super awesome. I love working with HelloFresh because if it's something that you've never tried and you're interested in, you can obviously try it out. You have my discount code. I think the service is amazing. Guys, without any more blabbering, let's hop right into one of the things in life that really does make me happy. Food. Let's do it. Dinner ideas. I'm making this way longer than it needs to be. Oh yeah. Let's go. Whoosh. All right, so first up, we're gonna make this mushroom veggie lo mein. This looked amazing. Obviously it came out amazing, but I'm gonna show you how to make this. So I'm gonna start off by opening up my HelloFresh box and pulling out all of the ingredients. And I started off by cutting up my green beans into thirds, so little, almost like inch chunks. So I cut those up, then I diced up my scallions, then I cut up the mushrooms just into little chunks. I'm obviously not very particular when I'm cutting. And I didn't show this whole process, but I did dice up garlic, and then I also cut off the outer shell of the ginger, and I chopped that up into tiny little pieces too, as small as I could make them and as much as my patience allowed. Then I cut up my carrots into like longer strips, little chunks, and then I took the organic tamari sauce while I did a little dance, and I started to make my sauce. So I poured that in a bowl. I used some veggie broth concentrate, about 1/3 cup of water, some honey. Then I took a little scoop of this hoisin sauce. I don't know what that is, but I took a scoop of it, put that in there, and then squirted a little bit of the sesame oil, but not much because I'm not a huge sesame oil fan. So I stirred that up, and then I started up my pan to heat up my noodles. So I did throw a little oil in there, and I just kind of tossed the noodles around while trying to look pleasant. And once those noodles warmed up, then I threw in my mushrooms, my green beans, the carrots, and I just put those all in the mix, the ginger, the garlic, and then I covered it up and let it cook for a little while. I was stirring it in between, by the way, I just didn't show that. So there I am stirring it back up, and then I poured the sauce over all of the noodles and stuff. So then I put that in the bowl, topped it with the scallions, and voila! I made mushroom veggie lo mein. All right, so this was a pretty easy meal to cook. Honestly, I found out with all the meals that I've done with HelloFresh, they're pretty easy to cook. I'm nervous because I'm not a sesame oil fan, but we're gonna give this a go. That's the whole point. To me, that's the whole point, is the experimentation of all of this. So let's give this a go. It's really good. Oh, okay. So as you saw, I didn't put in all the sesame oil, so you can't really taste it. Like, I could smell it, but you can't taste it. It is really, really good. I'm a happy camper. Now I have to share. Dan and my mom. Okay, you can stop. All right, so the second meal that came in my HelloFresh box that we're gonna make is the Tuscan Ribollita with Parmesan croutons. So I started off by unboxing all of my ingredients. This is all the ingredients you're gonna need. And I diced up my carrot just into little like chunks. I'm never very particular when I'm cutting, clearly. So I just cubed them up, cut them up like so. Then I took my garlic and also diced that up. To be honest, normally I'd crush it, but I couldn't find my garlic crusher, so that's the truth. Then I diced up my red onion, and once all my veggies were diced, I put some garlic olive oil in a pot, and then I put all of the veggies in the pot and let them simmer while I pulled out my spices. So I love that HelloFresh sends over the spices too. So the spices we're using are fennel seeds and chili pepper flakes. So I poured in just a little bit of the fennel seeds and a little bit of the chili pepper flakes, just kind of to my tasting, and then let the veggies sit. And while that was sitting, I de-ribbed, if that's the word, this kale. So I just kind of cut away the stem in the center, and then I added some salt and pepper to my veggies. By the way, while they were cooking, I opened up the can of tomatoes that they sent, and then I poured in about a cup of water, the veggie stock concentrate, and then I rinsed off the cannellini beans that they included in the box as well. I don't know why I'm saying that, because everything is obviously included, and then I poured that into the soup. All right, so we're gonna size this up a little bit. Sorry, HelloFresh logo. You know where I got this food from. Do I look good? All right, so while the ribollita was simmering, I decided to start making the croutons. So I cut the little ciabatta bread in half, put some olive oil, some of the Parmesan cheese on top, and then I popped that in the oven at 425. And while that cooked, I dumped in all of the kale. Is it just me, or does that look absolutely gorgeous? I think that it's so beautiful just seeing veggies all coming together. So once the bread looked nice and crispy, I pulled it out of the oven, cut it into little pieces, and then I scooped myself a nice hearty bowl. Look how beautiful that is, guys. And then I threw the croutons on top. We have a nice hearty ribollita. Oh, guys. All right, I'm pretty excited to try this. Meal number 2, by the way, of not having tried anything like any of these meals. So here we go. I'll get a little bread chunk in there too. I want to burn my mouth. The fennel's really good. I'd never had anything, or I'd never made anything with fennel before, and it gives it a really distinct flavor. Is it weird to say it's kind of cinnamony, but not, because I don't really love cinnamon? This is really good. Dude, oh my, again, so good. All right, so this next recipe, or our last recipe, is definitely the one that I was the most scared to try. This is oven roasted cauliflower with Tunisian spiced yogurt over cumin scented rice. So here are all of the ingredients that you'll need. I poured the cauliflower on a pan with a little olive oil, a little bit of salt, and I popped it back in the oven at 425. And while that was roasting, I went ahead and diced up my white onion like so. There I am, dicing it up. So then I threw some garlic olive oil in a pan and put the onions in the pan, as well as some garlic. It got a little bit brown, as you can tell. This recipe, I want to say I mildly messed it up. It was still good, spoiler alert. But then you want to pour the rice into the pot, and I let the rice kind of toast before I added water to the pot. So once I added in the water, about that time, the cauliflower was ready to come out of the oven. It was nice and roasted, as you can see. And then I moved on to my yogurt. So I used some Greek yogurt. I grated up the rind of a lemon, did a little lemon juice, added some Tunisian spice, some pepper, some salt, and then I added a little bit of water to the mix to help thin out the yogurt a little bit. You'll see it's still a little bit thick, but and that was it. So I just plated the rice, the cauliflower. I drizzled a little bit of that yogurt over top, which I thought looked pretty funny. Then I threw on some of the golden raisins and some cashews, and then last but not least, I topped it off with some cilantro and bon appetit. I did it, guys. Barely, but I did it. All right, so I am a little nervous about this one. I don't know how I feel about Tunisian spice, and more importantly, I kind of burnt the rice. That rhymed, and I didn't mean to make that. All right, so let's do this, guys. I'm gonna try to get a nice even bite of everything, like the sauce, the rice, the cranberry, the cilantro, cashew, if this is possible. This is about 15 times better than I expected this to be. The yogurt sauce is really good, and the rice doesn't taste burnt. I really thought, especially because the picture that it came with, their rice is like very white and fluffy, and mine is obviously not, but it's good. I don't know if I got any cashew or whatchamacallit, whatever the fruit was. What is that?
Raisins.
Raspberry, yeah, that.
Raisin cranberries.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Let's see now though if I mix it. Dude, honestly, this is way better than I expected it to be. This is good. I like the yogurt. I know I already said that, but A+, and even if you mess it up like me, it's not really a mistake apparently, so. Okay guys, so that is it. That brings us to the end of this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Be sure to let me know if you make any of these meals. Tweet me pictures or tag me on Instagram. I love when I see you guys like recreating meal ideas that I've shared with you here on the interwebs. So. All right, so once again, thank you to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video. If you want to try HelloFresh, go to HelloFresh.com and enter the code HelloNikki35 for $35 off your first week of meals. I'm perfect. That's cute. I will see you all very soon with another new video. I hope you have a great rest of the day. And yeah, okay. Bye, guys.